Hi, I'm Sam the Oil Man, and you haven't seen me in a little while. I'll tell you why. I've been working in the startup space, the startup business, and a bunch of generators here to do some testing. We've been building proprietary technology. Have a look at this. You know how big your circuit boards are for like your smartphones and what they can do? Well, look at the size of these things, and there's a whole bunch of them to do some very special power testing for offshore vessels that must stay stationary. Now you're probably wondering why it took me so long, because that's one thing, working in the startup space, but it became clear this was going to take longer than anticipated, and accommodation is really expensive. So what we've done is we've built some accommodation in our warehouse. Let me show you. This is my micro home. And I had to build it myself, so that's pretty exciting. When it's all complete, looking inside, here's what it looks like. Oh, that door's closed. Ooh. Don't forget about Leica, the little NASA dog that we got when we visit NASA. Check out my NASA video. So if you're watching this, I'm probably just getting home to Kuala Lumpur, so much more gaming very, very soon. But in the meantime, check out this video that I made for the company. It explains what all this stuff actually does. One-step power, robust, reliable, repeatable. One-step power provides power testing services specifically for dynamic positioning vessels, so that they can get class certification to operate their power systems in closed bus. Before I explain how one-step power does this, I'm going to explain in general terms how the power systems on DP rigs work and what closed bus is. Let's zoom in on the power system. We have 8 generators, and each 2 generators is connected to a switchboard, and the switchboard contains the bus bar. The bus bar is a strip or bar of copper that conducts electricity within the switchboard. Zooming out from the bus, the power is being supplied to 2 thrusters. When we look at the second bus, it is also providing power to 2 thrusters. The yellow and the orange power systems are separate and not connected. If the generators supplying the yellow power system fail, the orange power system can ramp up and provide that extra power to the thrusters, so there is no loss in position. This is called open bus, and is how power systems on DP rigs typically operate. Let's zoom back to the full power system. There are 2 types of closed bus operation that we will look at. In single bus, 1 or more of the buses are connected, and then in ring bus, all of the buses are connected, forming a ring. Now let's compare the 3 methods of operating. When operating in open bus, you need all 8 generators online at the same time. That is because if one generator fails, there is too much of a delay to bring online another generator, and that bus will briefly lose power. All 8 must be online at the same time. When operating in single bus, you only need to be running 1 generator connected to each bus at all times. That's because if one generator fails, the 3 generators on the other buses are connected to that bus, and you still supply power continuously while you bring the backup generator online. The reason you still need 1 generator along each bus is because if there was a fault in, say, the 3rd bus, and you only had generators 1 through 4 running, you would not be able to supply any power to the 3rd or the 4th bus, and that would be bad. That's why in single bus, you must operate 1 generator connected to each bus. When operating in ring bus, you can have any of your generators running anywhere in the system. Generally, you need at least 2 or 3 to supply enough power to the rig. In this scenario, even if there is a fault in one of the buses, you still supply power to all 3 remaining buses regardless of where your generators are. There are many benefits of operating a closed bus system, either single bus or ring bus. The most obvious of which is you run less generators, which means you save big money on your fuel and maintenance. The generators that you do run can run at a more efficient level. To operate a closed bus system, the class societies want you to perform many tests to ensure your power system will be available to provide power regardless of the circumstances. One such test is the 3-phase symmetrical short circuit test. This is where effectively you bolt a fault across the bus bars. This is dangerous. In general, this test is not done in the industry. There will be a low voltage response through the system, and we need to ensure that all the electrical equipment will still operate in that low voltage scenario. This is why One Step Power has developed the Generator Voltage Response Tester, or GVRT. The GVRT is capable of performing a voltage dip ride-through test. This gives you the same voltage dip as if you had experienced a 3-phase symmetrical short circuit. The current for the GVRT is shown on a much smaller scale. None of the damaging high current is exerted on the system, hence the testing proves that the system has fault ride-through capability. For more details or to contact your local One Step Power representative, visit our website www.onesteppower.com. One Step Power. Robust, reliable, repeatable. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button so you can follow me in my adventures. Have a happy day!